Hi guys, it's Nick. Something different today. I've been an audiologist for 30 years and one thing that really gets my goat is that people who've sadly gone and damaged their hearing or rendered themselves deaf by using ear candles. So today is fact or fiction on ear candling. So what we've done, I bought some. My ASMR patients who I really like that crackly sound. Anyway, got plenty of ear candles. Got a load of shiny discs so I don't go and burn my hair. And I've got the instructions. It's quite frightening really, because when you read the instructions it doesn't say, there's no contraindications on there about being careful. If you've got a discharging ear or an ear infection. There's no mention that if you can't hear properly you ought to really go and see a medical professional first. And then it says here that once it's lit, the ear candle, hold it as vertical as possible. The patient will experience a pleasant crackling and rustling noise during the burning process. In the final phase, the heat flow intensifies and will be comforting and pleasant. So, what I've done is I've cut a load of these tubes. They are exactly the same length as a human ear canal and exactly the same diameter. All I've done is I've put a little bit of silicone gel at the end to represent obviously where the tympanic membrane would be. So I'm going to use those. I'm just going to insert them into this little block of acrylic which you can see here, and then with the use of this camera we're going to have it on macro and you're going to be able to see everything that we've done. I've got some earwax that I've got from a patient. I'm going to put down inside one of these. I'm going to put a temperature probe down. We're going to put a camera down to watch what happens. I'm also going to use a cotton bud just to see the residue that comes out, and a couple of other things. And if I've got any left I might even have a go myself. But let's crack on. We've got some burning to do. One with earwax, human earwax that I've got from a patient and I've put in the test tube. I'm also making sure that I put the disc in so that nobody can complain that the test is completely invalid, that some magical thing is going to happen when I put the disc in. There we go, let me just check that there. That's focus for you guys. Okay, so we're lighting. Ear candle number 1 with human earwax is lit. Possibly the most boringest thing I've ever watched. Okay, so let's just blow that one out. So that's test number 1, human earwax. Okay, this is test 2. I've just put a temperature probe into side of the next tip, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to light this and then I'm going to pan round to the temperature gauge. So I'm lighting ear candle number 2. Right, so there you go. That's an ear candle which I've let go right down to the silver cone, and well, that's gone up a couple of points of a degree. I'm going to blow it out. I'm just going to leave that now to see what happens. So this is test 3. And what I've done is I've actually just inserted some cotton wool into the bottom of one of these test tips, or test tubes as we should call them. So this is number 3, some cotton wool in the bottom to see if there's any residue is produced. This is test 4, and I have put a microphone probe in the bottom. So same tubes, and I put a microphone probe in the bottom so we can catch any sound as well. That's now lighting. The candle is now lit. Now I've removed my microphone and you can see it was black, and it's now got a very thin film of some sort of white deposit on the grill and on the top covering. I don't know what that is, but that ain't going to be good in your ear, is it? So, number 4. Oh. Number 3. Number 2. And one you've really all been waiting for. Number 1, the one with the earwax. Well, we know what that answer is going to be. Nada. So there you go, guys. Number 1 with the human earwax. Number 2 with the temperature probe. Number 3 with the cotton bud. And number 4 with the microphone. They're virtually all identical. And we'll just check this out as well. Although there was some residue on my microphone, there doesn't appear to be any on that cotton. One of the biggest cons going, ear candling does not work fat. Right guys, so I think we've completely debunked that. Ear candling does not work. My big issue with it, and people say, oh, you might get on your high horse about it. So, my big issue is untrained professionals sticking a tube into somebody's ear. As you've seen on a lot of my videos on my YouTube channel, some patients have their ear canals are absolutely round. So, you imagine that is an ear canal full of earwax, and then the person just pushes that in like so, and then the next thing is they'll push that in, and if they're unlucky, the next thing is that's come through your eardrum. Don't waste your time, don't waste your money, go and see a healthcare professional and get your ears looked after properly. You've only got 2 ears, don't go and lose your hearing. over something that is a complete hocus pocus. See you again, guys. Don't have nightmares.